Pull your head down to one side. The other side. You reach up, active shoulder, come to one side. Feels good. Nice. Alright. Let's do some arm circles. Another way. I'll tell you, you can go to Ikaria, but this is the real fountain of youth right here. Is most people neglect this stuff when they think of training and exercise, but I really think this stuff is the most important thing that people
focus on the big things and not the little things.
Alright, let's do some simple shoulder rolls. Rolling back. Been sitting for a long time, so we probably have a lot of tension. Bring your sternum, your chest towards your thumbs. Exhale and kind of collapse. Inhale. Exhale. Like we're praying to the gods. Inhale. Exhale. And then see if you can go side to side. This one's tough. Nice.
Nice video I saw.
Yeah.
It's big forward.
It is. You feel it in your glutes. Reverse.
Am I doing this one?
Yeah. We can do the same thing in the hips. So we're just going to do posterior anterior glides, like mini kettlebell swings.
We're dancing for the gods now.
Yes.
Should get lots of pictures
We're doing
of this.
something for the gods. Reverse.
I love my fiance.
Yeah.
Andrew's got
I want to meet her.
I think
Yeah.
this
I
is
love my, yeah.
Andrew, is that the winning dance?
It's amazing.
Almost the I'm right
It is
dance.
pretty close to the I'm
All
right
right,
dance.
let's open it up a bit. Poppy, you should join us. Feel free. It's all easy stuff.
You haven't signed the waiver, you're good.
Yeah.
The shoes that I need.
Let's reverse. Let's make 3 circles. 1, 2, 3, and then come down. 1, 2, 3, and back up. 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3. We're going to switch to 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now 1, 1, 1, 1. You should be doing a big figure 8 with your hand. Now with your other hand, you're going to chase it.
Oh, dear.
Exhale, exhale.
Oh, I'm not really busy.
Oh yeah.
Relax, get your bearings. You don't get dizzy. Try the other one. And 1,
Oh, we're speeding
1,
up. Okay.
1, 1,
I'm
1.
on slow-mo
And with
right
the other
now.
hand, chase it. Exhale, exhale. That's right.
Okay, I'm busy now.
Yeah, puts a smile on your face. All right, let's do a couple of rag dolls, very similar motion. So in this one, you want to relax your head, and you're just going to come down to the side, sweep across, and back up. It's a really good idea when you're doing this look at a spot on the ground and a spot on the horizon, but don't trace your gaze up and down because you'll get dizzy. So just make sure your head is relaxed. A lot of people want to keep tension in their neck. We'll do 5 or 6%. All right. We're going to open the gate. So knee up, open the gate, knee back. What's that? Yeah. Whoops. Try not to lose your balance.
How many?
5 per side. Heels, about that. Oh, that feels good. Push your knees out. This is good after a lot of sitting. So just kind of feel your way around, shifting your weight from one side to another. And if you can push your knees out, that'd be awesome with your elbows. Yeah, it's good. Sit right back. Is everyone sort of comfortable in that position? Let's reach forward. Reach behind you. Come around to the left.
That left.
And the right.
Okay.
Hands in front. Let's reach up with one hand. And the other. Hands dirty. Yep. It'll feel good. So my right foot is all right. Reach up with your right hand.
Oh.
It's good marathon dirt. That's it. And back down. Let's come to the side. So you're in the side lunge. So you can keep your hands on the floor if you need to. The floor becomes a marathon. Switch sides. Cigarette. Yeah. Shake the dirt off your left hand and reach up. To the other side. And squat. All right, let's make ourselves nice and tall. So I want to try and posture up. Just try and relax into your squat a bit. Shouldn't be a struggle. This is very anti-sitting, I'd say. So we've been sitting a long time. So it's really good to loosen things up. Stand. Let's walk it out. That was good. Good. Short and sweet.
You can see the whole scene, okay, as it was. So that place became the battlefield between the Greeks and the Persians. I remind you that this battle was one part of the whole Persian Wars, as we say, okay? I remind you that at the beginning of the 5th century BC, we had that wars between the Greeks and the Persians. I remind you that the Persians had a huge army, of course, and the Athenians had to come here in order to protect their city. They had the support of Plataeus. Plataeus is another place between Athens and Thebes. Okay, and they sent 1,000 people. They're here as well. Okay, so can you imagine the Persian troops coming here? Can you see those lines over there?
Yes.
That was a swamp.
Swamp.
Yes.
Okay.
Was that there? And the Greeks took advantage of that. Okay. And Miltiades, we saw a modern bronze statue outside. I told you that he was Miltiades in Greek, and he was the leader of the whole Greek army. And we won because of him, because he had that idea to, as we have the Greeks here, okay, and the Persians came from here as you can see. He had that idea to put more soldiers at the two extremities of the whole Greek troop, and they made a circle around the Persians. Although they were only 10,000, okay, in comparison with the 100,000 of the Persians, they won because they made a circle around them, and because they were naturally protected by the whole area with all of those mountains around.
Yes.
Okay, and fortunately they started to believe that they were able to defeat them.
Okay.
And then 10 years later, when the Persians came back, we had the last victory against them in Marathon, in that sea battle. In Salamis. In the sea battle in Salamis. Salamis is an island close to Athens. So between Salamis and Athens, we had the sea battle. The last one in 480 BC. That was in 490 BC. Okay. And then, since they didn't have that enemy anymore, the Athenians were ready to use public money in order to build all those monuments on the hill of Acropolis. They were free and they had the money in order to spend them and make all those beautiful things. And since we had also the beginning of democracy, the birth of democracy, Pericles was free to make choices, to use public money in order to build a complex of public buildings on the hill of his Acropolis in order to show off the power of that city-state. So this is this is a monument, okay? It is not an ancient one, it is a modern one. For all the Greek soldiers who died here, of course, especially the Athenians and the 1,000 from Plataeus, from another place. They had to gather here in order to defeat the Persians. As you can see, they had a very light outfit. Okay, especially in comparison with the outfit of the Persians, that was very strong, okay, very heavy, very rich. And that says that the Athenians died here because they tried to, of course, to protect the Greek land against the Persians, who had a very heavy and rich outfit, armor.
Why were their outfits so light? Because of heat?
Because of so many different reasons. Because of the heat, because they needed to be more flexible, okay? Because they didn't have so many wars before the Persian wars. And because everything is related with the landscape. And the landscape of Greece and of Athens in general, as you can see here, has a balance. Okay, we don't have huge plants or bushes or trees. Okay, we have that balance, and this is something that you can see that is depicted on the art of the Greeks. Do you know that it was a blasphemy for the Greeks to make something extravagant? Yeah, although they started to believe that they were equal, even with the gods, because of the birth of democracy, they wanted always to respect, especially the size of the gods. That's why they didn't build any extravagant building or statue. For example, in front of the hill of Acropolis, in front of Propylaea, which is the main entrance for the whole hill, there is a very small temple dedicated to Athena Nike. Do you know that? Okay, Athena, excuse me, I have you behind.
No, it's okay.
Athena, the goddess, was worshipped in Athens with different nicknames. And her first one was Athena Nike. Do you know that this is a Greek word?
Oh.
Do you know the meaning? victory. The Greeks had a personification of victory. They had statues of victories, especially after the victory against their enemies. All of those statues had two wings, because the Greeks believed that victory could fly from a city to another. You cannot have victory forever. Okay, but the only wingless statue of Nike was inside that very small temple on the hill of Acropolis, because the Athenians wanted victory to stay here forever. That's why they cut the wings. That is the only wingless statue there was in Athens. And it was in that very small temple. Although it was very small, it was at the best location. It could be seen from different places around the hill of Acropolis. So that became the main message from the Athenians to the enemies, that here we have the city of victory. Be careful. It was a warning. Okay? But if you compare the size of that small building with another construction at the other side of the same part of the buildings, we have a base there, a very big base that was a base for a complex of bronze horses from the Romans. And you can understand the different mentality between the ancient Greeks and the Romans. I don't say it was bad. It was something different, okay? As I told you, it was a blasphemy for the ancient Greeks to make something extravagant. That's why, although they had a very important temple, it was smaller, okay? It was in a balanced size, we can say. While the Romans, having a different mentality, they wanted always to show off and make more beautiful and bigger buildings. They erected that base only as a base for a statue. And it is bigger than the whole temple. Okay, so you can see that difference, which is interesting.
So they started doing back in the day, like they started actually having the Greeks run. Were they scared because they knew the guy had died? I mean, how did they
No, we had so many years after that.
Yeah.
I mean, the very first Olympics were in the 8th century BC, okay? And they didn't have marathon race back then.
Okay.
We established marathon race in 1896. It was after so many years, as an honor to him, and
That
as a
would be
symbol of the whole Greek antiquity, of course.
The modern Olympic Games from 1896. The winner was a Greek. Spiros Louis was his name, but he wasn't an athlete. His job was to carry water from his village, Marousi. Marousi is where the Olympic Stadium now is in Athens. To Athens, to the central of the Athens.
Yeah, it is a suburb of Athens where we have the
Yes.
modern Olympic stadium.
But this was a village.
Of course.
And it was a
Athens
village
was a
with
village.
many springs with fresh water. So all day he was doing this. That's why he was very strong. He was a very great man.
These are just amazing photos to me. They're amazing.
He just walked this original route to protest for the political situation here in Greece. And they stopped him, but he tried again in Thessaloniki, and they killed him.
And it was also protected by the natural elements. So it was a place for
Maybe Monty Python too, right?
I don't know.
Well, it's funny though.
I wanted to be able to walk back uphill. Work off some of that bread.
They just wanted to. Missing anybody? Here, go walk again.
Well, they had like, look like they had some like guacamole or something.
So I'm here on vacation in beautiful Greece. I'm in the city of Athens. I feel like I'm on the rooftop of Athens. I'm right beside one of the oldest stadiums in the world. This is the site of the first modern Olympic Games, and the whole stadium is built out of marble. It's just awe-inspiring. One of the things I like to think about when I'm on vacation is not just relaxing on a beach, but I have to balance out some of those calories that I eat with a bit of training just to keep up my physical activity. And while it's easy to walk lots of places, and I certainly don't discount that activity because it's great exercise, but there's other things that you can do too, just using your own body weight. You don't need a gym, you don't need access to any specialized equipment because body weight training is so easy to scale, so anybody can do it. All you have to do is think of the key fundamental movements that the human body does. So the human body has to push things. So if you think of a push-up or pressing something overhead, I think of a pulling motion, whether that's a row or a pull-up or a chin-up, and those can all be scaled so anyone can do them. I think of lower body movements and hip hinges and deep squats to keep up with my lower body mobility and strength. If you combine those aspects together of pulling, pushing, hip hinging, squatting, you've got a complete workout, no gym required. So I'm here to get some training in Athens, and what an amazing sight. I have to honor the gods because I'm in view of the wonderful Acropolis and the Parthenon sitting on top of it, right by the modern Olympic Stadium. And there happened to be a little makeshift calisthenics park here that I found. And you can find these things in almost every city. So this park has some basic equipment, but there's pull-up bars. I found a set of Olympic rings over there. There's a rope you can climb, and there's parallel bars. And while I don't necessarily need these, it can make a workout interesting, and it's kind of fun way to explore a city when you're on vacation, to find some interesting elements. So when I see parallel bars, one of the first things I think of is a dip. So if you're able to take your own body weight, in a dip you want to try to keep your core nice and tight, dip down, press up. So here I'm just trying to use my triceps, my arms as much as possible, and keep my core nice and tight, as I said. So this would be, in terms of fundamentals of human movement, this is a nice pushing exercise. So it's the opposite of pulling. I'm pushing. Gonna exhale as I come up. They're pretty tough to do, not gonna lie. One thing that you can do to scale them, and it's hard for me to show you on here, but if you're able to find a set of bars that is closer to the ground, you can leave 2 feet on the ground or even 1 foot on the ground to kind of give you a little assist. So these bars are a little high, but you might get the idea. If I was able to, here I could jump into it and maybe control coming down, jump coming up, control coming down. So here I'm using my foot as an assist. Or 2 feet. Again, lower these bars are, the easier that's going to be, because ultimately your feet don't have to leave the ground at all. If you have bars low enough, you would keep your feet on the ground and you dip from there. So I'm going to do some dips now. Great upper body exercise for the triceps and the shoulders. I'm going to scale them using a bench. So these are called bench dips. So in this case, I just get my butt off of the bench a little bit, try and protract my shoulders, keep them back. I'm going to keep my core tight, come down, press up. And I'm trying not to let my elbows flare out too wide. Exhaling as I come up. The more weight that you put into your feet, the easier this is going to be. The less weight you put into your feet and the more weight you put into your arms, the more difficult it's going to be. If I wanted to make this exercise even more difficult and I had a chair or another bench, I could raise my feet up on the other bench, do the exact same exercise, but I'd be taking more of my body weight. So basic pulling exercises. The classic of all pulling exercises is a pull-up. It's not an easy one to do, but if you're able to do them, you need some kind of a horizontal bar that's over your head. And basically you start with using your traps and shoulders, and you pull your chin all the way over the bar and come down again. If you can't do that, because that's very difficult exercise to do, if I had something that I could put my feet on or was able to reach the bar, I can use my feet as some kind of an assist to almost jump into the pull-up and then come down. So that's one way of doing it. Or if you're working with somebody, Kevin, do you mind? You can help me here. So if I was to grab the bar and you were to grab my legs, so now I can use a partner to help me up and back down again. So that's kind of fun because you get both people involved in the exercise. Thank you, sir. What are we doing? Another thing you can do instead of a pull-up, and of course you can use different grips for this. You can do a chin-up, which is where your palms are facing you, or an alternating grip. You can go wide, you can go narrow. There's no right or wrong way to do this exercise. There's just different ways. You can also pull like a body row, something like Diana's doing here. So this is a strap with handles that's nicely convenient because we've got it wrapped around a tree, but it doesn't have to be anything fancy like the buddy system here. This could be a towel that you grab, and that's going to work your grip as well. I mean, at the most basic level, you can even just use your hands and start getting pulling exercises like this. So there's different ways that you can, I've done this off of door jambs, anything that you can use, tree branches, where you get some kind of pulling exercise. And I bet you if you came closer, Diane, you could probably even incorporate a bit of a squat into that too, right? So yeah, and then pull and down. So now we're doing two things at once. So you have to use your imagination. Another body weight exercise that's good is some kind of a pushing exercise, and the classic one is a push-up using your own body weight. So the correct way to do a push-up, one thing you have to keep in mind is to be in a good plank position. So you don't want to be sagging like this. You have to get your butt up, kind of protract the shoulders a little bit. And one big mistake people make is when they come down into the push-up, you see this a lot, people reach down with their heads in an effort to reach the ground. So you have to make sure that your head is neutral with your spine. Keep your elbows nice and close. Push up again. So you want to avoid this. You want to keep your elbows tucked. One of the things that's going to do is help protect your shoulders. So some people find it easier to put the elbows wide, but if you want to have shoulders when you're 70 or 80 years old, you'll keep them tucked. It's way easier on the shoulder girdle. So you can also scale push-ups. So if you do them from an elevation, they're a little easier because that elevation is going to take some of your body weight. The higher the elevation, the easier the push-up is to do. So over here, Jen's doing one a little higher up, and ultimately you can find a surface like even a wall. So a lot of people will start by doing a push-up on the wall, but the same rules apply. You have to make sure that your back is nice and straight and that you're not sagging and that you keep your elbows tucked. And that's how you learn to do a push-up. Use a vertical surface and gradually bring the surface down. So another way, if you have a partner, you can scale a push-up. If the person has a strength but you find their lower back sagging, this is a buddy system that I can use, a strap. Go ahead, Jen. So I can keep her from sagging. I'm getting a little bicep working here as well, which is kind of awesome. This doesn't have to be a buddy system or specialized strap. I mean, a lot of people have access to TRXs and things like that, but this could be as simple as a towel where you're placing the towel around someone's waist and you grab both of the handles and she's able to bang out a lot more push-ups and we can protect her lower back and both of us are getting a little work. Nice, Jen, that's awesome. How's that?
Much easier.
Yeah.
Maybe not
good.
for you.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do,
Yeah, go ahead.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So we'll do pull-ups or chin-ups or some kind of pulling exercise.
Okay.
Dips and push-ups. We're gonna take our time. So
good.
it's not a race. Recover your breath. Like I'm out of breath right now. So you don't want to get to that point where you want to be ready. Okay?
All right.
Or more commonly called push-up.
Okay.
Push-up. Push-up. Axis. Axis. Or pull-up. Yeah.
Sensing a thread that
Yeah.
one is much easier.
Okay, dips.
Yes.
So just finished a very basic body weight workout here in the park, and it was nothing more than pull-ups, push-ups, and dips. That's all I did. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty gassed right now. I'm out of breath, and I feel pretty pumped. And man, I gotta tell you, that was a workout. Nothing fancy, no specialized equipment, but I feel great. Got it done, and so can you. So what the plan is, I'm going to start off with some joint mobility. Today's workout is not tough, it's pretty hot. So it's going to be based in just movement at 1 minute intervals, old style calisthenics. All right, but we'll just start off with some joint mobility. So we're going to start off with some shoulder, arm circles, reaching up nice and high. We're on the rooftop of Athens. Doesn't get any better. We're doing this for the gods and for ourselves. Nice church bells off in the distance, other way. Already, because of the uneven hill, I'm kind of forced to stand with one leg slightly bent. Arms are going to be up, and we're going to do shoulder rotations almost like a train, so alternating, keeping your arms, yeah, choo-choo train. Yeah, it helps. And you will feel this in your shoulders and arms.
This is good.
Yeah, my arms are tired from yesterday.
Yeah.
My triceps.
Yeah. And other way. Protracting and retracting the shoulders alternately. Good. Okay. We're going to reach up, up. Exhaling each time. You know, movement first thing in the morning, maybe tough sometimes to force yourself to do it, but it's so much better for you than just sitting down and eating right away. And that way we'll enjoy our breakfast after. So we're gonna take a little bit of a hip hinge, kind of a hip width stance, and we're gonna swing back and back. All right, we're we're gonna pretend that you have a cup of water in your hand and you try not to spill the water. You're going to bring it around over the top of your head and down by your side like a figure 8. So it's going to go on top of your head and around by your side. These are called Chinese teacups. So you can get a bit of rotation in there too.
Definitely spilled.
Yeah. It's why we're not using real water. All right, let's do the other one. Again, you've got a cup of tea around top of your head.
That's harder.
By your side. It'll be harder on one side for sure. But it's really good shoulder mobility. And if you have any kind of shoulder issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought my right would be worse.
Of course, what's really fun is to have 2 cups of tea. So you're gonna do them alternately.
I'll just go get my head. I can feel your brain work.
Yes, it's brain work. It's brain training.
I can't do it. I'm stuck.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
No.
No one spilled any tea, right?
Oh no, we're just drinking our cup.
Oh, never.
This is.
I've been scalded.
Now, if I really want to screw you up, I'll ask you to switch directions.
I'm not even sure what direction I was going
Yeah.
in the first place.
I feel like I'm doing a dance.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have 8 arms. All right, just shake it out. Shoulder rolls. Oh, feels good. It's gonna be a hot day.
Yes, it is.
So we're up nice and early. That's the Port of Peria behind you. With all the ferry boats leaving for the Greek islands. Yeah, we should do actually some torso rotations and I can be your tour guide. So on this side we have the Acropolis and that's the Cavatos Hill in the back. Come to the front, I'm seeing Perea. And if I come over to the right, I can see almost to Theseo and not quite the Placa because it's on the other side. So we're just going to rotate one side. I'll face the Acropolis and the other side. Now we're going to take that same movement. We're going to go a little faster with it and just allow your arms to kind of swing loose. So you want to kind of hit yourself in the chest and the back of the kidneys. If it makes you dizzy, don't move the head so much. Just rotate your torso. It's a nice movement to do in the morning, wake you up. Really slap yourself, let those arms loose. All right, here's one with a little more brain training. Hands are gonna go this way. So I'm gonna rotate my hips one direction, but the hands are gonna go the opposite. So I'm gonna go here to here, here. You don't have to touch the fingers, just, it may take you a minute to get into, you're like a washing machine. You're the spindle. Jen, did you get it? I think.
I thought I did. Now I don't.
That's awesome.
Back now.
It's brain training.
Yeah.
And it feels good. It's like you're washing out your spine. All right. We did these yesterday. We're going to do a nice posterior and anterior glide with the hips. Yeah.
It feels like it was a while ago.
Yeah. But that's good. We're on holiday. Now we're going to go side to side. So you don't want your shoulders to rotate. You guys are doing good. Just your hips. You can bend one knee and the other. Kind of take a narrower stance. It's going to help. If you want that hip width stance. Yeah. That's it.
Is that
Ricky Martin. Dun, 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 dun,
And then you've done this before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Salsa.
Yeah.
I know.
All right, let's go in a circle. Big sexy circles. Watch your shoulders. You want to keep them level. Andrew, that's pretty good.
No comments, Andrew.
Yeah. I used to have those shorts. Are they swim shorts?
No, they're
Reverse? They're just shorts?
just workout shorts.
It's great video footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hip hinges, nice and easy. So again, hip width stance. You're gonna push your butt back. We're just engaging the hamstrings and the glutes. You wanna, yeah. So you wanna breathe with the body. So as I come down, I'm gonna exhale. So you match the body's breathing. And let's come into a squat. Try and find some stable ground here. I'm kind of facing downhill, which is not appropriate. I mean, or it is appropriate because it's forcing me to adapt. If you have trouble squatting, if your heels are raised, it actually makes it easier. So going downhill is making it harder because I want to topple over. It's forcing me to work a little bit. Everyone's got a really good squat. That's great. Okay. So what we're going to do, my trusty notes here, we're going to work in 1 minute intervals with some calisthenics, and we'll take some breaks. Nothing too crazy. So first we're going to just do, it's called a side hop. So all I'm going to do is from side to side, like that. And we are going to go for 1 minute. So keep your hands up, almost like you're a fighter, just to start getting the blood moving. If you want to make it more challenging, you kind of slide your feet from side to side. Less challenging is you just shifting your weight. And just try and control your breathing. Scoot down to my cheat notes. Another 15 seconds. All right, hammer throws. So wide stance, arms are going to be up. You're going to sweep down to the side and the other way.
Switch side of time?
Yeah, and you're going to exhale, pause at the top. Don't let your eyes gaze up and down because you'll get dizzy. So just pick a spot on the horizon and try and relax your head at the bottom. Another 10 seconds. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. So we're going to do knee bounces. So what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come into a down dog. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just kind of do it on your own.
Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down.
Just keep going. Knee bounces.
You doing this right?
If you had any kind of knee issues, you would just eliminate the bouncy knees. Keep going. You got another 10 seconds. Five, 3, 2, 1. All right, stand up. 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Like
Let's
a
go.
burpee. Yeah.
Kind of, but I don't want to call it that. We're on vacation. 2. So you're gonna pace this. You're not going super fast. So it's here, here, push up, stand up. Not too fast. You were starting these, you would do step, step, little push, step, step, stand up. 5 seconds. We got time for one more. And catch your breath. Okay, next one is going to be static. It's pretty tough. It's a lunge. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into a lunge. We're going to hold for about 20 seconds, and then we're going to switch sides. Okay, let me get my stopwatch ready. We'll go in 10 seconds. So you want to allow room between your feet so you're not feeling like you're on a tightrope. It's going to make it easier. And let's go. So we're going to lunge and just hold here. 20 seconds is a long time because that's halfway. 5, 3, 2, 1, switch. Right away. Nice, guys. If you die on this one, it's okay. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, switch. Halfway. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, switch. You're hard. No one's saying anything, so I guess it's correct.
Just enjoying.
Halfway. We're gonna do this one more time. 5, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Last time. Your legs are gonna be shaking a little.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Sorry, I was thinking you meant last one.
The last one per side. You've got 10 seconds. It's gonna burn a bit. 5, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Last 10 or 20 seconds. That's it, guys. Wow, this unstable surface is really making me work, guys. Halfway. My legs shaking. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest, rest, rest. Sip of water, walk it out.
Yeah, me too.
All right, a nice easy one. We're gonna come up to the center wide stance. Bring your hands down to one, up again, down to the other foot, and up. That's all it is, 1 minute. Exhale each time. Push your butt back a little bit. So I like mixing up a harder one with an easier one. This helps our mobility. Another 10 seconds. next one may be a little tough with this surface. Maybe you can, if you don't have a towel, find a patch of ground. Because what I want to do, here's what I want to do, and then we'll kind of figure it out. I want to be in a plank. I want to rotate into a side plank and back down. That's what I want to do. For 1 minute. Cool? Find a spot. Think of it as training for the hands too. The pebbles are good. They'll toughen you up a little bit. We'll go, I want 15 seconds. I want to get my watch back and start again. Then pace yourself on these. Watch, yeah, it's slippery, and watch for sharp rocks. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So rotate over, reach up, other side. If you slip a little bit, you're just adapting to the surface. You can't always have that nice gym floor.
See at the bottom of the hill.
If it hurts the hands, just breathe through it. Relax yourself. Keep your core tight. 15 more seconds. Last one. And up. All right, we're going to do another lunge variation. This is going to be recessive lunge or side lunge or curtsy lunge. So trying to find some flat ground. So I'm going to lunge back, come up, and the other side. Like that. That's all it is. Ready? Let's go. Take your time on these. You can. As long as the leg crosses over. I always feel this is a very martial arts inspired game, which is why I'm putting a hand up almost like a block. Another 15 seconds. Good guys, really good. I'm happy. Five seconds. Last one. Bravo. All right. This one, wide stance. We're going to come down to one side. So if it's towards my right foot, I'm going to reach up with my right hand, and then I'm going to switch over to the left, reach up with the left hand. Let's give it a try. It's okay if your legs are bent. It's all going to depend on your flexibility. We did a lot of sitting yesterday. This kind of stuff is gold. Halfway. Seconds. Last one. Come up slowly so you don't get dizzy. and breathe. Grab a sip of water if you need it. It's hot up here. All right, for this one, we're gonna do a squat, and let's do a squat and a kick up. Squat and a kick up. This one's gonna be tough to do if you're not on level ground like me. So it's the opposite foot to the hand. You want to push your knees out as you squat. Nice, guys. Ten seconds. Three, two, one, rest. All right, we're getting through these. We're almost done. Won't be too late. I think the ground's okay to do some. What I'm thinking of is going from a bear position over to a crab and back again, this way and this way. So to do that, my knees are under my hips, my hands are about shoulder width apart, and the mistake people make is they want to roll a foot over. The foot has to come under. So if I bring my left foot under, I raise my right hand, come to this position, which should be familiar as a crab walk, and then I go back, foot goes under, opposite hand touches down, go the other side. Give it a try.
Is that part of animal flow? I've seen that.
It would be more technical in animal flow, but they would call it an under switch. Nice and slow. So you want to lift and land lightly. No jarring movements. More seconds. That's good, guys. Yeah. Okay. Next one. It's going to be another static one. Hands are going to be dirty. We're going to do a cross pose. It's like a plank from the arms, but, and you have to be careful on this ground, arms are going to be wide. The wider you make it, the harder it is going to be to do. Feet are together. You don't want to down dog it, don't want to sag. All right, so clear off some space for your hands because we're going to hold this for 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Pardon me? Yes. We'll go in 10 seconds. You just need some space for your hands. 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Try and keep your head neutral. Protract your shoulders. So you're kind of pushing your shoulders away from each other. And keep your abs tight. See my watch, of course.
10 seconds. I can see your watch.
Okay. 5, 3, 2, 1, and down. Is that tough? Should be. Should be. All right, time check. All right, we gotta wrap it up. I think we can find a spot to do some Hindu push-ups just to finish with. So in a Hindu push-up, I'm gonna be in a down dog position and I'm gonna dive, bring my chest up, almost like an up dog, and then the butt's gonna come up and you're gonna repeat. You dive, almost like a dive bomber. Ready?
Thighs never touch.
No. Let's go. If you need to scale these, you guys keep going, you can this way.
Oh.
So you need something for your knees. Knees come to the ground. You finish the move and back up. Is one way you can scale it. 25 seconds. Rest. Nice. Let's finish off with some hip rotations again, and then we're gonna go back in. So now's the time, if you find yourself out of breath, you can try and bring yourself back down. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just try and calm your breathing. And everyone smile. Because you might be on camera. And we mustn't look miserable on holiday. I have sweat in my eyes.
I know, I don't want to get a shirt.
Other direction? Yeah. It's salty.
She wasn't just snuggling dirt on my shirt, so I don't want to get dirt in my eyes again.
Okay, fair enough. 20 seconds. 10. Big circles. Oh, yeah. 5, 3, 2, 1. Pamayato pro y no. Bravos. Bravo, Pedya. No? Pamayato pro y no means let's go have breakfast. Pro y no, very important word, breakfast. Pro y, morning, pro y no, breakfast. So, pamayato pro y no. Bravo, Pedya. gate is open, we leave it open. If it's closed, you close it. And who's in the rear now?
Me.
Okay, can you make sure that we stay together? So that if I get ahead or some of us get ahead, just call out so we don't get separated.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make you the person in the rear. So
Person in the rear.
there's only one poisonous snake on the island.
You only need one.
Yeah. So today we're gonna hike up. Basically, we started from the seaside about 5 minutes ago, and we're gonna hike all the way to the top of the island. We're gonna follow this gorge up. These are just little goat paths. It's not a groomed trail, so we have to be careful. But there's some amazing sights along the way. And I like to imagine there was no road up into the village, well, until recent times. And so the only way that people had getting around was using these trails. That's how they did it. So you can imagine the daily life of a villager. And this is true, what I would call Icarian exercise or blue zone exercise. They're walking. And nowadays, when people do walk, they always have a destination in mind, and they're going fast and they're stressed. And Icarians know how to take their time, and sometimes they'll just walk for the sake of walking without having any destination. And they truly live in the moment. I think we can all learn something from that. So, Bame, let's go. Now abandoned. Get some pictures from up there. Yeah, we'll stop.
I see a little hole in the ground. I know what it is. And on the side of the road.
Smell. I don't know if you can smell the
I can smell the pine.
smells here. The pine and
Yeah.
lavender. It's beautiful.
Yeah, there's more.
You know, this is so lush. And the pine trees, I think, are really unique to this area.
Would you call this like an arid climate?
Yeah. So you can see how they used to build them. Completely out of stone with a stone roof. And there'll be a chimney inside for cooking. These will still be owned by probably the original family. You kind of inherit these things through the sons in the family. The oldest son would inherit it, and that's traditionally how they did it. But
Is this a house?
this is a house.
Oh, very cool. Look at that rock.
Yeah.
How long would it take to build something like that?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. But
Where did they get the rock?
it's a lot of work. It's all just local rock here, but that you can imagine the amount of work just to collect everything here and to fit the pieces in, so that it's, you know, doesn't leak.
Legos.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and that's a heavy roof.
Oh yeah. Sorry, back here.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can imagine their view. It's nice just to listen to. Hear the cicadas. Yeah, huge respect.
Yeah.
I mean, no wonder these people were so fit.
Yeah.
Typical exercise involved a lot of walking every day, lifting heavy things, climbing up over stuff like I just climbed over that wall. I mean, these are all basic movements that they had to do. Lifting stones overhead, picking them up like a deadlift.
Yeah.
But they don't think in terms of squatting and push-ups. And
Yeah. Like they're not trying to get big muscles.
there's no gym.
Yeah. You don't need one.
Yeah. We exacerbate that with our gadgets and our Fitbits and recording our heart rates and trying to get up into a certain level. And
Pressure.
the CrossFit type stuff. Not that I want to bash that. That works for some people, but all the time trying to beat yourself up, I don't think it's true training.
Okay, short term. Only.
It's okay short term, and it's a good thing short term, because it's that fight or flight.
Pump too,
but to do that every day, I think is detrimental. Man, it is warm today. So we're going to end up
they don't need rough food anymore.
down in the bottom of the gorge, and we're going to be hiking all the way to the top.
Right here?
It takes us down and
It takes us down to the bottom because we have to cross to the other side.
Yeah.
Listen to the cicadas, eh? The birds.
See the birds. There's a lot of them.
City folk. Kind of be quiet and listen to the sounds. I think it's really nice, especially with the bells. See them?
Yeah.
So along this hike today, one of the things that we're noticing is not just the incredible views and the vistas, but we're using all of our senses. So our ears, you can hear the constant buzzing of the cicadas. There's some goat bells off in the distance, which are so peaceful to listen to. And one of the big things that people are mentioning are the smells. And that's something that you can't convey in a photograph, you can't convey in a video. And I've said it before, we're smelling the pine, sage, thyme, and someone made the comment it smells like a $40 candle. Well, it does and it doesn't, because you can't reproduce this. But one of the effects it's having on the senses, it's so relaxing, because nobody is thinking about what they have to do or deadlines. We're just enjoying the moment and living in the moment. And I kind of feel like it's experiences like this, it just adds years to your life. And we don't take enough opportunity these days to do these things, to just walk and truly enjoy and pay attention to our surroundings. I think it's very important.
It smells like sweet though. I mean, it smells like syrup. Oh, that smells like syrup.
There.
Oh,
So in the natural environment, you can use objects around you as implements. So a heavy stone becomes something to deadlift. So I just make sure that I have a flat back and lift safely using my hips. So you lift using your hips, not your back. You just keep your back solid. A lot of people have heard kettlebells. I could use this as a kettlebell. So I can do swings. So looks like I'm using my arms, but again, I'm using my hips. So it's a hip hinging motion. It's not a squat. So I'm reaching back. My shins are almost vertical at the back of the swing. Hands are right here. And this is going to challenge your grip in ways that you're not used to. And you open up, so you come into a straight line, squeeze your abs at the top, and exhale. So it's, and great posterior chain action. Good for your glutes, good for your hamstrings, core, and beautiful natural workout. So villagers were smart. A lot of these lands are terraced, and because it's difficult to get from one level to the other into the wall, they would build a natural staircase. So it makes it easy to get up to the top. Like that. Yeah. That's why we're not going to the water. So, the first village. This is not. This is Agios Dimitrios. Agios Dimitrios.
You passed this the other day, right?
We did. So, we've just arrived, and it's kind of cool because you just come out of nature where we've basically in the middle of nowhere comes this amazing little village. And it's going to be pretty quiet. Yeah. So there's a Calamantino over here, and we can stop and have a little refreshment maybe, and then continue up to the next village, which isn't. It's not far. So this is a frappe. It's a traditional Greek iced coffee, and one of the things in Ikaria and a lot of these places in the world is they will eat sugar. So there's a small amount of sugar in this. I didn't ask for it medium. I asked for it with a little sugar. But the thing is, rather than demonize the sugar, people here are very aware of when they eat sugar. So when you order a coffee and you ask for a little sugar, you know you're getting sugar. If they have a small sweet, whether it's a piece of baklava or lucamada or something like that, they're aware of the fact that we eat sugar. And in North America and a lot of the Western diet, a lot of our sugar is hidden. And so it's hidden in our processed food. And so I think that's why people tend to stay healthy, just by being aware. They're making an active choice to eat sugar rather than just getting it everywhere.
It's good.
Which also means kiss. So if you say, I'm going to give you a filaki, I could have more than one meaning. This is island music. I know it's island music because I can tell from the rhythm. A lot of Greek music is in threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear it? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Hear it? So if you can walk, you can Greek dance. Because it's literally putting one foot in front of the other. So every time you take a step, the next step is with the next foot. So the easiest thing to do, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Make sense? Try. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1. 2, 3. Hear it? Now start emphasizing the 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Got it? 1, 2, 3. Pause. 2, 3. Pause. 2, 3. Pause. 2, 3. Pause. 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 Okay. Now, bravo. So, now we need to change that to an actual dance. So, this, we're going to dance what's called Calamantino. Calamantino is the most common of all Greek dances. If you go to any Greek wedding anywhere in the world, guaranteed they're going to all dance Calamantino. Because it doesn't matter where you are in Greece, everyone, it's the one Greek dance that unifies them all. There's over 3,000 Greek dances, but Calamantino is the most famous. Calamantino is more a mainland dance than an island dance, but they will dance it on the island. They just, the feeling changes. It's more bouncy, I have to say. So the steps are this. Instead of facing the front, you face the center. We would join hands, but we're not going to yet. We'll get to that. And the first part is just this. 1, 2, 3. So let me go in the center. So the 1 is my right foot goes here, 1. Then my left goes behind, 2, 3. That's it, the first part. Again, ready? 1, 2, 3. We got that? Okay, you know the third of the dance already. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Now, the left foot comes in front. 4, 5, 6. Comes in front again. So we'll do the 4, 5, 6. We're here. The left foot's going to go in front. 4, 5, 6. One more time. Ready? 4, 5, 6. One more time. Ready? 4, 5, 6. Seems so simple, right? There's 3 steps. Now we're going to put both together. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Watch me first. Just watch, and then we'll do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Think you can do it? Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it?
Got it.
Again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Has everyone got that?
Got it.
Sort of? One more time? Sure. One more. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to go to the center. 8, 9. So that went 7 into the center, 8, 9. You just kind of rock back and forth. 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9. So it goes 7, 7, 8, 9. From the top. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again.
Transition.
Good brain training. Brain training.
Really.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We only have 3 more steps. 10. Now we're going back. 11, 12. So that last one, 8, 9, 10 with the left, 11, 12.
Is the 7 step, is it forward
7
as well?
is to the right. 7 is to the 7. Then we go forward and back.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, back, 11, 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7, forward, 10, back, 11, 12. Forward, back. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if your right foot goes down, the left foot is the next one. If your left foot goes down, the right foot's the next one. It's like walking.
Okay, what was 7?
7 is to the right. 7, then we go in. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. From the top.
Okay.
Does the winner get a cookie who does it the best?
The winner gets a medal.
Yes.
Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sort of.
Come see
Sort
yourself.
of. I keep wanting
Okay.
to put my foot behind on the second
Yeah.
one.
We're going to do it to the music.
Yeah.
Well, to the music.
Shouldn't we just try it without music?
We could try it with hands without music, and then I'll put the music. Sometimes the music helps
Yeah.
because you hear the rhythm, right? So, but I think Greek dance, any kind of folk dance, you know, when you think of it, it's a very primal activity. Like people have been dancing for thousands of years, so I put this in the same category as natural exercise. It's like walking and running and lifting heavy things. Dance is something, I mean, think of how ancient this stuff is. And Greece has probably one of the richest traditions of dance in the world. So in Greece, they dance for any excuse whatsoever, whether it's a festival or a baptism or just for sheer joy. It's very rich, and every village has their own dances. Here in Ikaria, Ikariotiko is the most famous dance. It's a little more complex than this one, but I think this is a good place to start. So, okay, so we're going to join hands for this one. And in Greece, it depends on the region. Some of the dances, the men are in front, the women are in the back, and the islands, it's just totally mixed. It doesn't matter where you are in line, okay? There's a way you hold hands. So, it's like you have to be a teapot. So your right hand is palm up, your left hand is palm down, okay? And we call this a W hold because you're making a W. So think of yourself as reading a newspaper and open your hands, and this is your hold. The reason that your right hand is palm up is because the dances usually go in this direction, so I'm the leader of the dance here. And so you are supporting me. I am leading you. So if I was to do what's called a figura, like say I was to go down or do something, you are supporting me. Okay, you are supporting me, and that's why palm is up. You always support the person on your right.
And does the person at the end, like I was noticing, they always have their hand like this? Is
They
that
can
right?
do-
Or it doesn't matter?
No, they can have the hand up, they can have the hand here, okay, or women would be like this. It doesn't, but what you don't want to do is just be sloppy. So you can't just let your hand, you don't just let your arm down. You have to dance proud. And the same with the leader. The leader's not going to have a sloppy right arm. The leader leads. So you have to show that you're strong, okay? So we're just going to walk this one. You remember the steps? I'm going to be in front. So you're leading.
I'm leading.
Yes.
Oh,
Ready?
strong arm.
So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Keep going.
So many steps forward.
One more time. All right. Here's the key. If you screw up, you don't say, "Oh shit, I screwed up." You smile, and you don't look at your feet, and no one notices, and no one cares, as long as you're smiling and having fun and enjoying the music. Okay?
See Kevin.
How we doing, Marianne?
I feel like my arms are so tense.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still am. Don't worry about it. If you feel this,
No ad-libbing at the end there. Yeah.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Comment. Bravo, Petya! Up! One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Never say damn it! Going. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1. Good, good. Bravo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You kept going like way up here, way down here.
Bravo.
They're like lunging. I know.
The song is called Thalasaki Mu. This is Thalassa. The sea is Thalassa. So Thalasaki, little sea, Mu, mine. So my little sea. It's a really nice island song, very popular. So you guys did well. Yeah?
The more you, like you said, if you don't just look at the feet and you hear the music, it got
Yeah,
easier.
you try and you get to a point where you're not thinking about it anymore and you just kind of hear the music and you just go. And if you screw up, you find the one again,
Yeah.
is what you do. You find the one again. Easy one. Come. Form your circle. I'm leaving.
Same movement?
No. This is even easier. 1, 2, 3. Take small steps, it helps. Step behind. Side to side.
Στο γυαλό θε να βραθούμε, στο βουνό θε να χαθούμε. Στο γυαλό θε να βραθούμε, στο βουνό θε να χαθούμε. Πέρα, 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 ας τα μαλλού και πιο πέρα. Πέρα, 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 κλείσαμε την προεσπέρα. Πέρα, 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 κλείσαμε την προεσπέρα.
It looks better.
Πέρα στο πλατίνα φέρα, έχασα μια μπουσουνιέρα. Φύσα γέρα, για να βρω την μπουσουνιέρα. Φύσα γέρα, για να βρω την μπουσουνιέρα. Πώς χορεύουν οι λολοί, δίχως λύρα και βιολί. Πώς χορεύουν οι γατάροι, δίχως έλα και σαμάρι. Πώς χορεύουν οι γατάροι, δίχως έλα και σαμάρι. Νάτος κι έρχεται από πέρα, δώσ' του φουστάνιου σου αέρα. Δώσ' του να ανεμίσει,
Everyone got it? Good. Now, try and make your steps even smaller. So you shouldn't be doing this. This is, you don't want to do this, right? You want to do this. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm hardly moving at all. So if you take giant steps, it looks like you don't know what you're doing. If you take small steps, the dance is actually easier and it looks way nicer. I want to show you one more thing. We're not going to be able to learn the whole thing. It's a complicated dance. It's Ikariotico, but I want to at least start to show you, and then we'll do it again. So don't expect to learn it now, but I want to kind of introduce you to it because it's a very important dance to this island. It's a little tough. Ikariotico. They also call it Kariotico because it's too much trouble to say it before the yeah. Well, Ikaria, it's the dance of Ikaria, Ikariotico, right? It's a good question. So, like most Greek dances, the rhythm you know. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the good news. And like 99% of the Greek dances, it goes in a circle this way, and you start with your right foot. That's another piece of good news. The bad news.
Waiting for
Challenging
that,
news.
It breaks one rule. Most Greek dances, as I said, if you place one foot, the next one to follow is the only other foot you have. That's not true in Ikariotico because the first 2 steps are both on your right feet, on your right foot. So the first 3 steps are this. 1, 2, 3. Watch. 1, 2, 3. So it's in slow motion. It's step, hop, back behind. Not way back here, just behind. So I step to the right and on the same foot, hop behind. 1, 2, 3. Tiny. You'll see some people do 1, 2, 3. It it looks terrible. It's small. The smaller the steps, the more professional you're going to look. So again, 1, 2, 3. Think step, hop behind. 1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it?
Got
it. Always hop, 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 hop.
It's like a little buddy.
Right. One more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Has everyone got that?
Got it. For now. I'm worried
Okay.
about the 4, 5,
The
6,
next
7, 8, 9.
part is actually not that difficult. 4, 5, 6.
Okay, let me get behind you and watch them.
I think. Hang on, I have to check. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's not. I lied. That's why I have to sometimes dance it. The next part, 4, 5, 6. So the 4 is on your right. Then you kind of rock back on your left. 5, 6. Okay? So 4, 5, 6. Just like in Calamantino, we did 7, 8, 9. This one is 4, 5, 6.
Can you do it from the start?
Absolutely. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. This is almost a whole dance. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the whole dance.
Okay.
So, 7, 8, 9.
So all the time.
From the top. From the top. I feel like Bob Fosse on a bad day. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I see.
Why don't you do like 2 more times?
You make me laugh.
He's hopping all over.
I know. Ready? Be close together. Come behind me. It's easier to get to be behind me when you're watching. Okay, remember we start with the right. It's step, hop, behind. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kind of, okay?
Yes.
Let's do it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now what do?
1.
We go back to 1. So my right foot's going to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, when you're there, and then you hop at the same time. Then you put your foot down.
Yeah, so when you start again, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I do kind of hop.
You do
2,
kinda
3.
6.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
So instead of just stepping, you kind of hop into that. So it's almost 2 hops.
Right.
Does that make sense?
So you're hopping into it, and then hopping out of it.
At what step? The first part. Yeah, it's a hop behind.
So this foot's actually not going down.
It does go down.
Or this foot.
The left foot does go down on the 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
But not till the 3.
Yeah. So here.
So it stays up. Up, up, down. Does that make sense? Yes. Yes. Yeah, just don't go too fast, right?
This is Kevin.
1,
Keep moving.
2, 3. Think. Hop, hop, down. Does that make sense?
Wait, do that one.
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Then we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's really hard to be on the opposite me because if you're behind me, you can follow my steps. But if you're across from me, it's hard. So it's better you guys stay together. I should make you hold hands. This one actually is not a hand hold. You saw it last night, it's a shoulder hold.
Oh, yeah.
So the shoulder hold is like this.
From the outside? Or does it matter?
Yeah, so your hands are on each other's shoulders, and that's how it should be, and your arms should be fairly straight. It's always problematic if you have two bean poles and one short person.
Do you want to come here?
But we're actually we're actually pretty good. We're actually pretty good. And this is proper. Now you'll see in some of the panayiris, when it gets really crowded, they end up like this because there's just no room and they've had too much to drink. But this is how it should be done. All right. So let's try with the hand hold. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's like a pause, like, and it goes up and down. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I really deepen the leg here, like I knee bend. Here, here.
Although the
1,
ladies
2,
were
3.
gliding.
Yeah, and yes, yeah. The men more so. They do.
Yeah, the men were
And then
going
they'll start kind of improvising,
Yeah.
right?
But the ladies glided, I saw.
Yeah. Because they have to be demure,
Yeah, demure.
right? Yeah. Opa! 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How are they doing, Marianne? Don't lie to me. 'Kind of, sort of. Where do you get confused?
It was just the speed of it.
And that's a slow one.
From 9 back to
1.
1, I get tripped up.
Yeah.
If I forget to
It's
shift my weight on
7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. Just starts at the beginning again.
7, 8, wait. So you go 7,
No,
8, 9.
7 is across.
Okay.
7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
3, 4. Wait.
8. No. Start from the top. 2. No. Remember, there's two hops. 1, 2, 3. 3 is when your foot goes down.
Okay. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's just dance it. We're just kind of dancing. You screw up, you screw up. And we'll do the hand hold, not the shoulder. We gotta find the appropriate place to start. go. Bravo, bravo. That's awesome. One activity that's actually simple that we forget about is using the natural terrain. So scrambling over rocks is a great activity. It's brain training, and it's good ankle workout. And you can even train your peripheral vision. So if I kind of look forward and every now and then I look down, really find it kind of challenging. And it's these kind of activities that we tend to not do as adults because we always do the safe thing and take the path. And sometimes, you know, just being like a little kid and scrambling over the rocks can be fun. Good activity. So we're currently enjoying these wonderful thermal hot springs in Ikaria. These are very special. It's not just hot springs, they're actually radium hot springs. And people travel quite a distance to get the healing benefits of these. It's more than heat, the water is full of minerals. And the radium helps with conditions, everything from arthritis to bursitis, even skin conditions. And spend about 20 or 30 minutes in these things and you come out feeling like $1 million. Your joints just feel so good. And the locals here on the island swear by these things, and they take these baths periodically. Now we don't all live on a Greek island, and we don't all have access to radium hot springs, but there's things that we can do even in the city, in our own environment, to stimulate the skin and stimulate the senses. One of the things that I like to do, take hot and cold alternating showers. Or once you get used to that, just cold showers are fantastic. They not only stimulate the circulation and the skin, but it also helps with hormonal support and boosting testosterone. I'm a big fan of exfoliating scrubs, natural, using everything from coffee grounds because you get the antioxidants from the caffeine that go directly into your skin, kelp baths, taking warm baths, and Epsom salt would be one way you could mimic hot springs, and that's very relaxing to do at night. And again, the magnesium is good hormonal support. So. But right now, man, we're just enjoying ourselves here in Ikaria. And is this good, guys? So just came out of these amazing hot springs, radium hot springs here on the island of Ikaria. And man, I feel like $1 million. Did a little workout this morning and been a little sore from the hike yesterday and everything. And this has just left me feeling better than any Epsom salt bath that I've taken at home, let me tell you. But it's still, those kind of things are good for you too. So whether you do an Epsom salt bath in the evening before you go to bed, cold showers for hormonal support, get the testosterone going, all those things to stimulate the skin are just fantastic and have such amazing health benefits. But I feel like I've visited paradise today. I mean, this is incredible. The most expensive spa in the world could not compare to these amazing surroundings today. I kind of wish you could be here to join me, and maybe you can, because I'll be coming back for sure. So I don't know about you guys, but one of the things I'm gonna take away is I'm really gonna try and walk more because I notice all the walking here and people aren't in such a rush. And when I'm at work, there's a grocery store not too far away from me that I go to occasionally, and I'm always in my car, which is so stupid. So I want to try and take the time to leave the car and just walk there and try and enjoy that. And I think that's one thing that I'm going to take away from this trip. Just get as much walking as I can.
I haven't hiked in a really long time, but I would say that was like it sort of doing the hiking yesterday, and especially doing the stuff where we were going up the steps. I really enjoyed that, so that's something that I would definitely look to try and do as a form of exercise, whereas I wouldn't have really thought about that before.
Maybe taking in like the smells, you said use your peripherals and taking in the smells. And since we're moving to Oregon, there's so much hiking already. But usually when I hike, I'm on a mission. I want to get up, get down.
Right.
So that's going to be a challenge for me because I'll be honest, I don't like to walk slow, and it's even hard for me here because I find that for me it's just so hard. I'm like, oh, it's too slow. I keep wanting to just walk fast. So that's something that will be a slow change for me, but definitely taking in the smells and appreciating in the moment.
What are you taking away?
I'm taking away about a pound of olive oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love walking, so I love hiking. So definitely good to keep active and keep your blood flowing. And it's a great way to get exercise, but without putting a lot of stress on your body. Mm-hmm. So.
I don't know that I mean it, because I don't think that I eat too much, but it feels sometimes like I do.
At home?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's as if you pass a point and you pass that point and you know you're passing it and you still keep, not that it, it's not a weight issue, it's more like a comfort issue. Right. The moderation part.
I think what people do here is they don't eat until, they kind of stop eating before they're full, because they're also socializing at the same time, and so they stop maybe either 80 or 90% full, and like 15 minutes later you're going to feel full, but because they're taking their time to eat instead of just rushing like we do all the time because we're go, 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 go. And so I think that helps a lot with weight management too. Yeah, the meat on this island, there's no sort of mass slaughterhouse here, so everyone's responsible for their own animals. And so the meat here is very fresh. Of course, it's going to be hormone free and everything. The animals are naturally grazing. And people actually don't eat a lot of meat on the island. The diet's pretty plant-based, so meat isn't necessarily eaten every day. But when they get it, it's just of the highest quality. It's so incredibly fresh. So it's a great source of protein. And it's delicious too. So that always helps.
When do they eat the meat?
Generally in the later in the day. So a typical breakfast might be a little Greek coffee or some goat cheese or fresh sheep cheese. Maybe some bread with honey. Lunch is usually just vegetables. Like there's an Ikarian dish called soufako, which is just vegetables done on top of the stove. And if they have meat, it would be probably in the evening. So. Or on weekends when they have more time.